Hey, Pawpaw Ridge, people asked to see a coop tour and all the different things I've done to it, so let me show you around. So I'm going to show you the structure of my coop, the accessories that I've put on it, and the different modifications that I've made to it. So first I want to show you kind of the structure of the coop. The coop is 4 feet by 8 feet, and I think about 8 feet tall. We put a metal roof on it, so the maintenance on that is really easy, and we put venting along the top and underneath so you get that good airflow. It was all T111 that I made it from. I raised it off the ground a little bit where it has a safe space for the chickens underneath. And what I did is I took hardware cloth. I bought black hardware cloth to put underneath so you could see through it, but they're still protected. We wanted the nesting boxes to be on the outside so you can easily get into it without going inside the coop. And I wanted this shelf to be here so you could take one of your baskets down and then you can easily grab your eggs and collect them like that. Then I set them up top here. If these needed to be cleaned out, they come out very easy. I like this type of material that you can wash and dries super quick. And when I go to clean this out, all I do is hit it on the post like that. And then the small one, I use it to sweep it out. And then it goes right back in. Super easy. So if you have a bunch of people collecting your eggs, your baskets always disappear and you can't find one when you need it, especially my grandsons. They'll walk off with them. So I had these 5 different ones up here so that you can grab one, do it, take it. We still have 4 more. I found these at the dollar store for $1 a piece. Well, it used to be $1. So this is the side entrance. This is my clean out door, and I have a few things on here. My stovepipe up here is actually a vent fan that pulls like the urine and poop smell from it. It'll take and do 40 cubic feet per minute, and that's run off solar. My lights up there is run off solar panel. The coop itself is off grid, so everything is run by solar. I have 2 fans down there where they have this little protection area. These fans provide airflow for the chickens that are laying underneath because it gets super hot out here. So the coop door swings open and I'll bring a cart right here to do clean out. This flips up and then this flips down to go into the cart where you can scrape out the poop. And I have where their perch moves up so I can go inside and clean it out. So I made this simple pull so it lets that down. So if you have chickens that are pooping inside the nesting boxes, I hate that. So I'll close this down at night. Generally it trains them that they're not supposed to be in there at night. And the good thing is they after a while they stop doing it. And then it's just super easy to pull up and put there. Oop, got a chicken. The other thing I have in here is timers if you want to run lights at night or a heating lamp. The door over there is actually light sensitive, so it will start to close at night and then it will open in the morning. My buddy. Go. You got it. I have outlets up there that I can plug in different things if I need it. So that's here. And also, sorry, buddy. I have a horse mat that I cut down and put all on this so the urine and stuff won't go down into the wood, and it just really keeps it nice and clean. And then you just pull this down, flip this back up, and pull that down. This is also really good for when you have chicks because it keeps the level of where the chicks can be in here and you can still work with them. So it works really well for that. Another thing you can use this for is, one, to keep the chicks out of there, or if you have an injured chicken that they need to be controlled, you can actually close this and go from the front and put a chicken into the box just so they can be settled. This is the chicken compound with the coop. It's 16 by 16. I bought these from Tractor Supply. I bought 2 of the chicken runs, but I took them all apart and then redesigned it how I wanted. Both of them are actually designed to be 8 by 8. So I wanted this to fit the whole compound, so I redesigned it. It's actually like Tinker Toys. If you remember Tinker Toys, you can kind of put it how you want to design it. So you can just redesign it how it fits your compound. Because this first entry section does not really have a roof, but what I did was I put sunshade over this one. It protects it pretty well. The other one I can lock down really good, and it does have a wire roof and it protects them better. So if I know I'm having predators or something nearby for a few days, I'll close them all up in that one, and that will protect them from any predators that's coming by. So if you buy something that's quality made, you'll have it forever. And you know, you don't have to buy it 6 times and then end up spending that money anyway. But this is super heavy duty. All right, so let's go inside. Here's my kind of food delivery system. I have 2 25-gallon metal containers because they protect it from mice, you know, chewing through. Each one fits a 25-pound bag of food, and I try to take 2 different types of food, mix them so they get a variety. I call these my poop pyramids because I hate for the chickens to stand and poop on top their water and their food buckets. And then, especially with the water, they'll poop right into it, and then you got to clean it out. So I just made these from cedar pieces, piece of 2x8, and then I put a hook on it. And I'll show you when I go to work in the buckets, I'll take one off, and I have it hung right there. I take the top off, I take the food out from the container and just dump in, and then I'll put that back on top. And then I'll move over to the water and clean that out. With the water, I do the same thing. I'll take this off the top, put it in there. I'll swoosh around the little cups to get all the junk out. And then I will fill it. And these are all the things I have for my water. Eventually, I'm going to get water run over here, and I won't have to do that. I will be so happy about that. But anyway, each gallon is different. Some have vinegar in it, a little splash of vinegar, and that helps with these buckets. Also, what I have inside the bucket is a piece of copper because that helps with algae. So I'll use one of these, I'll take it up to the house, fill it, bring it the next morning. And once I finish with the water, and I'll put the poop pyramid back on. Not only is this hook for holding it, but this also stops them from trying to climb on top of the poop pyramid, because you know they'll do it. But anyway, that helps. That was a great design. This is my storage box and where the electronics go for the whole solar system. Here's my storage battery, and this is the power inverter that I need to run everything. These are all hooked to the solar panels. I'll show you outside in a little bit. And then I keep other things like my extension cords. This is for my electric fence if I need it. If I'm noticing predators coming around, I can charge up the fence that I'll show you in a little bit. But generally right now we don't need that, so that stays like that. All of this can be turned on and off as needed. So that's the great thing about solar. And then the battery just stays charged up. The thing is, it doesn't, like if you're running everything, the one battery won't do it. It won't last all the time. But if I added another one, I would have way more storage. So you could add that, but I've found out that I mostly don't need it. So when I was talking about this structure, it's supposed to be an 8x8, and this is where it stopped originally. So this would have been a square and this would have been a square, but remember I pulled it all apart. So when I pulled it all apart and I put it together a little bit differently. I needed a post over here, so I just made a metal post that goes down to a metal foot, and this actually screws up where you can level out the roof good enough. I use what's called a deep pack method that you can see right now. This is about 3 inches deep. What this is supposed to do is you just keep putting material in here, and I use mostly pine shavings, but you can use other stuff. And as it packs down, it starts to have the microbial activity inside of the pack, and it actually does like a compost. It'll start producing heat. So what's really great is during the winter time, the chickens will get a little bit of heat source from this deep pack method. This isn't as deep as I usually have it. I cleaned it out a little while ago, so I probably only have about 3 inches in it, but it works better when it's about 4 to 6 inches deep. I also have a couple different feeding trays. I like giving them different things. If it's something dry, I'll put it in this one that I made just that hangs on the fence. That's another great thing about having the strong fence like this. And then if I have something that's kind of wet, I'll put it in that pan right there. This is where they get up into the coop. That's the underneath that I talked to you about, where they feel, they feel very safe under there. And during the summer, that's the coolest place for them to be. This is a run chicken door that I love. It opens and closes by light level instead of time. You don't have to readjust it for different times of the year. The great part about having the run set up like this, I have a door there that can be closed. And you can also close this one if you need to separate your chickens in 2 different groups. The run has 2 different roofs. That one over there doesn't have a metal support, where this has cage underneath. That one over there doesn't. But both of them have shade cloths on it, because one, of course, it helps with shade because they can't take the beating heat of that, but it also keeps some water off and it'll keep snow from in there. But I always like keeping this tight because we sometimes do get high winds. I found these clips in this ratchet system that all you do is when it starts getting a little loose, and you can hear the clipping, it just tightens it up. Works super well on this. Very, very happy with that. Those 2 main solar panels, they power just about everything. That's what feeds that battery. The little one there feeds the fan. I have 2 different water barrels that feed different parts of this area. This one here, when the water runs off, it runs into this gutter system, then down into this PVC pipe and into this water barrel. So it runs into this water barrel, and this one feeds these 3 different beds. It's solar powered. This is a pumping station. You can set it for every 2 days. You can set it for how long you want to do it. And these are super cheap. They're only about $30, and that's what runs most of all my water barrels. This is another water barrel. This is a larger water barrel system that I have. Kind of works off the exact same pump. Is solar powered, and let me show you what this feeds. So the water system runs down these different tubings, then it goes to each plant, its own little drip tube, and I have one of those on each plant. This system services every bed around the whole coop. The beds form 2 functions. One is it's a good protection against predators, because if they try to dig up under the fence, they have to go through multiple parts of this. Also, it's for my beds. I grow all the way around things friendly to the chickens, that if they happen to get some that are growing inside of the coop, that they can eat on it and it still will be okay. But I have currants, gooseberries, grapes, all different things growing all around here. Also strawberries. Everything that grows around here is part of our food forest that we like to create. The trellis is all 2x4 and 4x4 construction. For the trellis, we're using metal braided cable that's vinyl covered. It's vinyl covered, so it will protect it. And you need a turnbuckle. This will keep it tight when the weight of the grapes come in. So the next thing I want to show you is the Pawpaw approved protected free ranging. So I was trying to figure out how I wanted the chickens to get out to where I let them go kind of free range. I took the Have a Heart trap and I cut the back end off of it. I made a hole into the fencing, and when I need to seal it up, which I don't have to do a lot, but when I do need to seal it up, I just lift the part. The chickens can't come in and out, and the predators definitely can't come in. So this is their free range area. We have so many predators around here. If they just went on their own, I'd lose one a day. So I made this area for them. The good thing about this fence is I can move it as I need to. I did add a few structures in here, so just in case I have a hawk or an eagle come down, at least they can have somewhere to run and they can quickly get to the coop if they need that security. So this gives them a great area to take the dirt bath that they want to let them forage around. I toss things from the garden in here to give them a little bit. Another thing we put in here, my old buddy Sir Edgar Allan Crow. Crows are supposed to be protective because hawks and things don't like crows, so I put this one up. When you put up something like this, you want it to move because they become used to it, and Sir Edgar Allan Crow moves around. There you go. There's my coop tour. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop it in the comments below. I know you'll ask me, so I'll link everything that I showed you about what I put in my coop. I'll link it in the description. All right? Have a great day. Hey, if you liked the video, check out some of these.